Imagine thinking you're buying freedom for just $12.5 a week, only to watch it silently steal your future. That glossy promise of interest-free and no debt feels like a cheat code, but the math behind it is anything but a cheat. I'm Slothy, and today we're turning the whole buy now, pay later world upside down because the numbers are brutal and they deserve a close look. First, let's set the scene. The buy now, pay later industry has exploded into a $180 billion market, with roughly 70 million users worldwide. Most of those users are millennials and Gen Z, the generation that grew up with swipe and pay culture. They think it's a harmless shortcut, a way to spread out a purchase without paying interest. But what if that interest-free label is just a clever disguise? Here's the first hidden cost, the merchant fee. Every time you click Pay Later, the retailer pays a fee that can range from 2 to 5%. That fee doesn't disappear, it gets folded right back into your installment. Take a $500 purchase, split into 4 equal payments of $125. A 3% merchant fee adds $15 to the total, which means you're actually paying $3.75 extra on each payment. When you annualize that hidden charge, the effective APR can climb into the 20s or even 30%, even though you never saw a single interest line on your statement. Now, let's talk about late fees. Last year, 41% of buy now, pay later users missed a payment. Miss a single week on a $200 plan, and you might be hit with a $10 late fee plus additional interest on the remaining balance. Suddenly, that simple $12.5 a week turns into $20 or more, and the extra cost compounds with each missed deadline. And it's not just sneakers or phones anymore. A quarter of users now finance their groceries. Picture an $80 weekly grocery bill split into 4 installments of $20. Add a 2% merchant fee, and you're paying an extra $1.6 each week, $6.4 a month, that you never even notice because it's hidden in the pay later label. Lastly, the biggest myth of all, that this builds your credit. 62% of users believe it does, but most providers don't report your payments to the credit bureaus unless you default, so you're not earning any credit points while you're quietly adding debt. If any of this is hitting close to home, smash that like button and let me know in the comments what your experience has been. And if you're feeling the eyes opening, hit subscribe so we can keep digging into the financial tricks that shape our lives. What do you think about this interest-free promise? Drop your thoughts below. I really want to hear your perspective. Now that the hidden costs are staring us in the face, the question becomes, how do we protect ourselves before the debt snowball rolls over us? First, treat any buy now, pay later offer the same way you would a traditional loan. Write down the total amount you'll pay. Include the merchant fee and any potential late fee. Then compare that number to the price you'd pay if you simply saved up and bought outright. If the total is higher, walk away. Second, set up automatic reminders on your phone or calendar for each installment due date. A single missed payment is the gateway that turns a harmless weekly charge into a cascading series of penalties. Third, keep an eye on the terms that most providers hide in the fine print, the grace period length, the exact fee schedule, and whether they will report a default to the credit bureaus. Knowing these details lets you avoid the surprise that so many users experience. Finally, consider building an emergency buffer. When you have a small cash cushion, the temptation to split a purchase into installments drops dramatically because you can simply wait until you have the funds. We've seen how a modest grocery bill can bleed an extra $6 a month, how a missed week on a $200 plan can double your weekly outflow, and how the promise of credit building is nothing more than a marketing myth. The math doesn't lie, it just hides behind friendly language and bright icons. If you're feeling the weight of those numbers, you're not alone. Millions are waking up to the same reality, and the first step is awareness. So here's the plan. Before you tap Pay Later on any future purchase, pause, pull out a pen, and do the quick calculator test we walked through. If the effective annual percentage rate feels higher than a typical credit card, it's a red flag. And if you ever find yourself in a cycle of payments you can't keep up with, reach out to a financial counselor or use free budgeting tools online. They can help you restructure and get out before the interest-free label becomes a permanent scar. Thanks for staying with me through the numbers. If this deep dive opened your eyes, give the video a thumbs up and share it with anyone you think might be tempted by the next just $12.5 a week deal. Drop a comment below with your own buy now, pay later story, whether you've been burned or you've found a way to use it responsibly. And if you want more breakdowns of the financial tricks that hide in plain sight, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss the next episode. Until next time, stay sharp, keep counting, and remember, the easiest shortcuts often lead to the longest detours.